Right. So, welcome back to another session of the Relaxing Fertility Yoga sponsored by the Fertility Partnership. So, my name is Julie, and my invitation to you in these sessions is more or less always the same, which is that I just always want to invite you to practice kindness towards yourself, towards your body, towards whatever it is that you might be feeling. Um, so one of the things that we talk a lot about in here is practicing gratitude, but there's also a balance with practicing allowing. So sometimes I think people, um, there's a term that I've come across that I thought was really accurate, that I've seen over the kind of couple decades I've been in the yoga and meditation communities, which is a term called toxic positivity. So this idea that we always have to be positive and we always have to be grateful. And we can't know light without knowing dark. And sometimes we have to allow for whatever darkness can creeps up. Sometimes we have to allow for it, and then there are other times that we can shift it, right? There are other times where we can practice gratitude for being in a safe place, for having food to eat, and it sounds so trivial, and yet it's not. For having loved ones, whether they're furry or human or both. And so I really want to invite you to kind of be aware of that ebb and flow and that balance between practicing and cultivating gratitude and an awareness of how miraculous each moment is, but also allowing for the other feelings that can creep up too, and witnessing them. So sometimes there's a phrase that I've heard a lot lately too, which is that thoughts and feelings aren't facts, right? Thoughts are not facts, feelings are not facts. And I like this idea, because again, it's like, okay, I can watch this feeling, I can watch this thought, and then we can be with it, right? And then it usually dissipates, particularly if it's a stressful one. So yeah. Anyway, that's my spiel for the evening. So yeah. So please just be with yourself and know that this is a session for nurturing yourself, for being kind to yourself. And that includes not just the body, but again, the mind, the emotional body, the energetic body, whatever is happening there. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of just everything as far as gentle movements and deep breathing this evening. Again, please forgive the cold that I have at the moment. I can tell that I sound a bit stuffed up. So yeah. Okay. And I'll put some music on as well. If at any point there's an issue, if you can't hear the music, please let me know. They didn't tell me this a couple weeks ago, not in here, in a different class. So I went through the whole session thinking they could hear the music, and they couldn't. So please always let me know. Okay. So first thing to do is just find your centering and breathing position, which means either sitting or lying down. Is completely your call. So if you want to sit, you could sit up nice and tall. My guess is that most of you have probably been working most of today, in which case, if you've been working at a desk, it might be time to lie down. I've got a bolster with me. Even if you don't have a yoga bolster, you can use whatever you do have, which might be nothing, or you could use a pillow as well. So one nice thing to do is to lie down and put your legs over the bolster or over a pillow. If you have any back sensitivities, it's better just to bend the knees and let the soles of the feet rest on the floor, and then this is going to ease any of the sensitivities in the back, just take some of the pressure off. Okay, so just find what works best for you. Again, either sitting or lying down. And then from here, whether you are sitting or lying down, let's take a few rolls of the shoulders. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders up, and exhale them down and back. Do that again. One more. And just relax the shoulders down. Relax the hands, either facing up or down, up for receiving energy, down for grounding energy. And then close your eyes. And take a few deep inhales through the nose, with exhales sighing or blowing the air out of the mouth. Once you've sighed out, just let your natural breath take over again. And just notice how your breath falls in your body, what your breath can tell you about this moment in your body. And there's no need to judge anything that you find. It's all just part of your experience, being here, being alive right now. And then from here, take the awareness to your mind and just notice the quality of the mind this evening, how open or closed it is, how busy or quiet, if there are any thoughts on repeat, if it's dragging you around, or if the ocean of the mind is calm. And again, just notice whatever is. No need to judge. Take the awareness and bring it to your heart or to your emotional body. And just notice how you're feeling right now. And again, rather than resist anything, try to go into it. How are you feeling right now? And what does that actually feel like? And check in with your body, with your physical body. And notice anything there is to notice about your body right now. Where the body is open and relaxed. Where the body might be storing tension or strain. And as silly as it might sound, likewise notice the energetics of the body. So does it feel like the body is open, or does it feel like there are blockages in certain parts? And again, there's no need to judge anything, just check in. What's happening in your body? How is your body feeling? And then from here, take the awareness and bring it back to your breath. And just start to deepen the breath. Inhale through the nose, take the breath down into the belly so that the belly rises with the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly roll back towards the spine. Take a few of these deep diaphragmatic breaths. Deepen the breath further. Inhale through the nose, fill up belly, ribs, chest, expanding all the way up through the inhale. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs and belly contract. Breathe like this a few times. Inhaling, slowly filling up and expanding. Exhaling, gently releasing down and contracting. So for those of you unfamiliar, yogic breathing as an umbrella term is known as pranayama. Now, there are different types of pranayama. So this basic breath we're doing right now is known as a dirgha breath. So if you're newer to pranayama, just stay with this breath right now. If you're familiar with the ujjayi or the ocean wave sounding breath, feel free to come into that. But don't worry if you don't know what that is, just leave it for tonight. And I want you to take about 5 to 10 rounds of slow, deep breath here. And really just follow your breath. Okay? So we're just watching and being with that rise and fall, like the tide, coming in and out. And if the mind wanders, just gently bring your awareness back to your breath as soon as you notice. But again, there's no need to judge or reprimand. It's all just about being here now, breathing in, breathing out. So just take 5 to 10 breaths here, like a little mini meditation. Take a couple more breaths here. And then start to mentally ready yourself for movement. And just in your own time and in your own way, draw some movement back into your body. So just let yourself stretch, roll around, yawn, sigh. Just do whatever you need to do. And as always, I live at home with my animals and my partner, and you might have heard me go ask him to turn his music down in the office partway through that, and now one of my dogs has just come wandering in. Try to just let it all be vibration, and that's something we can take with us in general as a practice, just allowing for other creatures to live their lives, same as we're living our lives. We're all just taking up space on the planet, being part of the ecosystem together. So, all right. Not really sure what she's doing there, my very weird dog. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into a tabletop. So we're going to come onto hands and knees. Now, please feel free to grab a blanket to use in your practice. So it depends on what kind of floor you have. If you have a mat, you might feel fine, but if you've got a hard floor and your mat is really thin, you might just want to put a blanket under your knees, just anything that's going to allow you to support your body in this practice. Okay, Okay. So coming on to your hands and knees. Right, Luna? Okay, we're going to bring the knees in line with, I look like I have 2 more legs and a tail right now. Okay. We're going to bring the knees in line with the hips and the wrists in line with the shoulders. And we're going to take a few cat-cows, so just a really basic exercise for the spine. So we're going to inhale and arch the spine, lift the sits bones. And then exhale, tuck the chin into the chest and round up into a cat. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Let's do it again. And then bring it back to a neutral tabletop. And we're going to have a little play here. So we're just going to move through the body. We'll do a little bit of this tonight. We talked at the beginning about just this desire to practice presence. And one way that we can do that is just also feeling through little movements in our body. We sometimes, as we get older, we can get really rigid in our ways of thinking and doing things, and we can forget to play. And so tonight I just want to invite you always to play a little bit. So just be curious about your body, be curious about your movements. So let's sway out to the right. Then we're going to roll the right bottom cheek towards the right heel, over to the left, and then up towards the left shoulder, around to the right and back. So you're just starting to create these circles. And go the other way. Bring it all the way back to center. And then once you come back to center, we're going to take a very light twist. Now, typically with the IVF yoga, we want to avoid deep twists, but that doesn't mean we can't twist at all. So we can, and I know some of you, you're not in that process yet. So for you, it wouldn't matter so much anyway, but just, you know, keeping in line with the theme here. So we're going to take the right wrist down to, the right forearm down to the ground behind the left wrist. Then we're just going to turn and look up past the left shoulder, okay? So you're just getting this very gentle twist here. And then we can unwind and we can very mindfully swing that right arm up to the right side. And then exhale, take it back down. Now, before we do the other side, let's do a puppy pose. So for those of you that are also dog lovers, it's like a dog in a play bow. So we're going to leave the bottom up in the air. So it's not a child's pose, but bottom stays up. And we're going to come down onto the forearms and then just keep walking the arms out in front of us, taking the forehead down. So then we get this nice opening through the upper back, through the shoulders. Let's gently walk it back up to tabletop. So back up onto hands and knees. And then we're going to take the left forearm down to the ground. So left wrist going behind the right. We turn to look past that right shoulder. So again, just taking it really gently. Traditionally, if you were going to take it further, you would thread the needle, taking the ear down to the ground. In all fairness, it's not even that deep of a twist. It's more on the shoulders and the upper back if you do that. But again, just keeping in mind that if we're doing an ultra safe IVF protocol for the yoga, we would just be mindful not to twist too deeply. And then we bring it back up and we swing that left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, take it down. And from here, roll back so that you are coming onto your shins. Don't worry, we're not going to stay here for long. Some people could stay here all day. Others, you might not even be able to be here for about 10 seconds before you're ready to be out of it, and that's okay. It's normal. So what we're going to do here is we're going to slide off to the left side so that the right shin, the legs are just relaxed, okay? And then it feels a little counterintuitive. Some people will want to put the left fingers down. Right fingers are coming down, so it's outside the shin bone rather than outside the quadricep. So take your right fingers down outside your shin bone, and then we're going to lift the left arm up, and we're going to reach all the way across. And from here, you can even push off that hand on the ground a little bit, so you get this really beautiful opening through the side of your body. And when we're doing these types of openings, not only is this good for your back, but this is really good for your intercostal muscles, which are muscles between your ribs. And when we start to stretch those out, it actually allows us to breathe more deeply, more easily. So it's always a nice idea to stretch out the intercostals. Take it back up through center. Now, having a little play here, see if you can come up without using your hands. If you need to use your hands, it's okay. But see if you can just come up and then over to the other side without using the hands. The hands can just stay in prayer. If you need to put your hands on the floor, though, it's fine, okay? And then we're going to take the left fingertips down, reach the right arm up, and send it all the way across. Then you can gently press off that hand on the floor as you reach, so you're getting that very, very deep opener here, okay? And then inhale, come back through the center, and see if you can again come up with hands in prayer, maybe without using the hands on the floor, but again, if you need to use the hands on the floor, it's okay. And then we're going to roll up so that we are standing up onto our knees. Now again, if you've got some sensitivities here, it's okay. It's bone and it's hard floor. So you might just want to take a blanket or a towel, or even if you're using a yoga mat, put a little fold in your yoga mat, and then you can come up onto that and it will feel a little more comfortable on the bone. What is it? Okay, and then from here, we're going to take a step forward with the left foot. Okay, so just do the best that you can with that. So you've got right knee in line with the hip there, and then left knee in line with the ankle. So we're just making this box shape through the left leg. And then we're going to take an inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale. And then inhale, take your arms up into the sky. And then exhale, sink your shoulders. So it's just like you're opening up to receive here. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Take your elbows down into scarecrow. And we're going to inhale. We're going to open the chest up towards the sky. So we're squeezing the shoulders together. Inhale. And then exhale. Tuck the chin into the chest and round down. So it's a bit like Michael Jackson's Thriller. Okay? And we do 2 more of those. We inhale. We open the chest. We squeeze the shoulders together. And we exhale. We bring it down. One more. And then inhale, lift the arms all the way up. And then from here, exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Take your fingertips either side of that front left leg. Curl your, what are those, right toes under behind you. Start to lift up, okay? So now, as you're lifting up here, if you find that your bum is up quite high in the air, I want you to slide that back leg back so you're finding a lunge. And we're going to take an inhale here. And then exhale. Take your left hand down to the floor. Sorry, right, oh, I said that wrong. Right hand down to the floor. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Follow that with your gaze. Exhale. Take your left hand, I'm just slipping on my carpet a little bit here. Take your left hand onto your left knee. And then take your right hand also up onto that knee. I'm gonna go headless here. Roll your shoulders back, open up through the chest. So we're just finding a variation on warrior one. We're tractioning up through the spine. Nice strong legs. Okay, and then I'll just scoot slightly back. Stay there for just a second. Okay, so from here, we're then going to inhale and open the arms up. So we're opening up into warrior one, and I just want you to feel your chest open here, your heart open, the strength in your legs, that pressing down into the earth. And this is all we're going to do here today. So let's just take another inhale. And then take a big step forward. And then once you take that step forward, again, I want you to inhale, keep the arms lifted. Okay, so we're up into Tadasana, into mountain pose. Feet are coming to hip distance. We're relaxing the shoulders down. And again, going back to this idea of being present, the body can really interact with the surroundings, and our bodies can tell us also a lot about how we're feeling. And there are some studies that show that postures that we do can also affect how we're feeling. So right now, just feel yourself opening up to this present moment. Arms reaching up into the sky, palms open, heart open, chest open. We take an inhale here. We're also playing a little bit with finding our strength. Not even finding our strength, being in our strength this evening. So let's take an inhale. And then exhale. I want you to bend your knees, send your bottom back. So it's like you're sitting down into a chair, but you just don't quite trust the person offering you the chair. That happened to you in elementary school. Happened to me a lot. So we're going to take an inhale here. So this is Utkatasana, or chair pose, which actually translates as awkward pose. So you're going to feel a little bit of a burn in your quads there. Let's just take this inhale. And then exhale. Take it low into a ski jumping chair. Inhale, take it all the way back up into chair. And then all the way back up into mountain. Let's do that a couple more times. Just feeling the earth underneath our feet, feeling the strength in our bodies. Take it back. And inhale, lift back through chair and up into mountain. One more. And then inhale, lift all the way up. And then let's exhale, swan dive, fold forward from the hips, hang your head, hang your arms. Really let your upper body be heavy over your legs here. So the head is like this bowling ball just hanging off of the neck. Arms are dangling down. Now some of you are going to have your arms in the air, others of you might have your hands on the floor. And just give your head a few shakes yes. And a few shakes no. And again, yes, yes, yes. And no, no, no. And just hang the head down. Hang the arms down. So Uttanasana, this standing fold that you're in, this is a pose that is very physiologically calming for the body. So sometimes if you're feeling a little stressed out, it can help just to go in somewhere quiet. It doesn't have to be quiet, and just fold over. As odd as that sounds, just let yourself and give your body that space. And another thing that can be quite nice here is to clasp the elbows and just rock a little side to side. Let your hips sway and the shoulders will just follow. And take it back to center. Bend your knees. Release your hands down. And then walk yourself down onto the ground. I'll just adjust my screen there. Okay. So just come on down onto the ground, and we're going to take a child's pose. So you can take a wide angle child's pose with the knees going out, or just a normal angle with the knees in. Either's okay. It doesn't really matter, whatever you prefer. So we just slide the arms out, and we take the forehead down. And just breathe there. And I keep lifting, if you see it, I keep lifting my head up because of the congestion that I'm feeling. So don't worry if I'm not doing it all with you exactly, okay? You stay in your child's pose. And what can be quite nice in child's pose is to rock and sway, to just let the hips sway side to side, and then the forehead will roll with it. Let's just take a couple more breaths here. Rock back to center, and then slowly start to roll yourself back up so that you're sitting on your shins. And we're going to rise up to that same position that we were in earlier, where we were standing up onto the shins. So, oops, I'm going headless already. So if you want to put a blanket or something like that underneath you, please do. Okay, just something to help support the knees. If not, it's fine. It's just, again, it's just about how things feel to you. Okay. Oh, let's just relax the shoulders back. And then from here, same as before, we're going to take a step forward, this time with the right foot. We swing the arms up. Exhale, sink the shoulders. And then your elbows. Let's inhale, open the heart up to the sky, squeeze the shoulders together. Exhale, tuck the chin into the chest and round down, thriller. 2 more. Inhale, open into scarecrow, squeeze the shoulders back, open the chest. Exhale, round it down. 1 more. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Take your fingertips down. Curl the left toes under behind you. Lift up, find a lunge. So again, we're going to bend the right knee in line with the right ankle. Left toes are back. Bum's not up high in the air, but we're going to feel this into that left hip flexor. We take an inhale here. And then exhale. Either flatten the left hand out against the ground, or you can't see it, sorry, with the angle, or you can make a fist against the ground, okay? A fist is better if you've got sensitivity in the wrist. Then we're going to inhale, lift the right hand up into the sky. And then exhale, take your right hand onto your right knee, left hand onto your left knee, and then you're going to roll your shoulders back, and again, open up through the chest here, okay? We'll just do the best that we can there. Again, just playing with this lengthening of the spine, opening of the chest. And we inhale, swing the arms up, drop the shoulders, find warrior 1. You're on the ball of that back foot. Deep breaths. All right, again, keeping it pretty simple tonight. Let's then just take a step forward. And again, bring the feet to a nice hip distance stance. Let me just adjust my screen. I often move the dog bed back, but I guess she wasn't even in there when we started, but maybe I knew it's where she wanted to be for a while, I don't know. Okay, we're going to take an inhale here into mountain. Oh, and then exhale, release the arms slowly, slowly down, bringing them down to your sides. Just quickly gonna check the time. Yeah, I have time, okay. Now, take your feet slightly wider than hip distance, not too much, but just a little bit. And then you're going to roll the shoulders back and interlace the fingers behind your back. And you're going to draw the arms down so that you're popping your chest there, okay? So that we just get that nice shoulder press. Okay, and bend your knees, just lightly, not a deep bend. And hinge forward from the hips, hang the head, oops. Let those interlaced fingers hang back and away from your lower back. And then just have a little rock, a little sway, a little play here. Let yourself sway, bending your knees side to side. And bring it back to center. Draw your hands back down to your lower back and reverse a swan dive all the way up to the sky. Exhale. Release your arms down. Okay. And then once you've come down, we're going to play with coming down onto the floor. And again, please feel free to play, but if it doesn't feel right for you, just come down however you're happy to come down. So if you want to try this slightly playful way, you're going to just cross one foot in front of the other, it doesn't matter which, and you're going to bend your knees and come down onto your bottom. If you think you're gonna topple on over and that's a big no, just don't do it. Okay? So once you come down, from here, I'm in two minds about where I want to take you. Let's keep coming down. So from here, let's do one exercise first. Actually, let's take an inhale, lift the arms up, and then exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Take your hands down towards the ground. And just gently lean forward, just feeling that stretch moving through the back of your body, maybe into your hips a little bit. Slowly roll yourself back up. And then from here, unwind your legs and just come down onto your back. Get the blanket out of the way, there we go. Okay. And once you come down onto your back, take a moment just to sigh out. Walk your heels up towards your bottom, just as close as is comfortable. No need to wrench on your knees. And the feet are going to come to a hip distance stance. Try to square your toes forward. Take the arms down to the sides of your body. You're going to press through your feet and then inhale, lift your hips, lift your pelvis, taking them up towards the sky. Interlace the fingers under your body and walk the shoulder blades in. And you're just going to squeeze and lift here. So we're not dropping the legs together, because if we do that, the hips are going to drop down, which we don't want. We're just lifting up, engaging with that strength in the bridge. And then we can have a little play. We can roll up into the balls of the feet. And then take them down and lift the toes. So we're just kind of rocking up and down. And up and down. Up and down. Let's do one more. Okay, and then lift up into your bridge, up into Setu Bandhasana, working your glutes. And then exhale, unwind your arms, take them out to a T. Okay, and then walk your feet out. Well, actually, arms can they can be at a T, but they can be more relaxed than that. We're going to walk the feet out wide. Okay, so wider than hip distance. If you're using a mat, then actually kind of on the edges of your mat. Maybe your big toes are on the mat, other toes are dangling off. And then we're just going to drop the legs to the right and push off the inside edge of the left foot. And we just get this nice quad and hip flexor stretch here, as well as something nice for the lower back. It's technically a twist, but again, it's not the kind of deep twist that we would say to avoid as you're going through the IVF process. It's usually after the embryo transfer that we would say to people to avoid this. But again, that's being extremely cautious, okay? Extremely. So, okay, and then we roll through center, and we take it to the other side. So the things that, again, that we are, like, when we're being extremely cautious in an IVF yoga class, the things to avoid typically are deep twists, inversions, so things like handstands, headstands, etc., and core work, so crunches, ab work. But again, we're talking about an extreme cautiousness with that. To get one more to each side. And then just come back to center. And now you have a couple options here. So again, if you have lower back sensitivities, maybe just let your knees bend however they're comfortable. They can even knock together. The knees can knock together. Or if it feels okay to you, just extend your legs out, letting them flop and splay. So you just take them out in whatever way feels good to you. Okay. So just find the position on your back that serves you. If you want, grab a blanket, throw it over your body, or if you have a pillow nearby, you can put it under your head. And just close your eyes. And sigh out a few last times. Let your natural breath take over. And just feel your body resting on the ground, connecting to the earth here and now. I just want you to pause and reflect on some of the stories that you might be telling yourself right now. And there's no need to judge them. There's no need to get drawn away by them. It's just, again, cultivating an awareness. So notice the stories that you might be telling yourself about your body. If there's stories about the body not being good enough, or anything like that. Likewise, about any other aspect of yourself. What are the stories that you are telling? And if you find that any of these stories are heavy or unhelpful, maybe negative in their persuasion, I'd like to invite you to practice changing the stories in the coming weeks. So, for example, take a moment just to appreciate right now that you took this hour out for your body, that your body is strong, that your body is able to move and to breathe and to function, to hear, to see, to take input from the brain and process it into the body, into the nervous system. And just remember that whatever you practice, you get better at. So if you practice tearing yourself down, tearing your body down, you will get better at doing that and living from that energy. But if you practice reminding yourself of the ways that you are miraculous, of the ways that you are so strong, not just physically, but to even have survived this many days on earth, all of the injuries, illnesses, and heartbreaks, all of those took strength and resilience, and you're still here. So this is just an invitation to become more aware of your narratives and to maybe gradually start to shift them as you become aware of them. And remember, this, like anything, is a practice. And then from here, bring the awareness back to your breath. And just start to deepen your breath. And draw some movement back into your fingers and into your toes. Gently roll to one side. And bring yourself all the way back up to seated. And then when you come back to seated, just bring your hands into prayer in front of your heart. Gently bow, honoring your body, your light, your practice in this earth. And thank you all so much for coming to this session this evening. We will be back live on Zoom next week, next Thursday. And then after that, there's going to be YouTube links for 3 weeks of pre-recorded sessions. Just because, is it 3 weeks or 2 weeks? Actually, it might be only 2 weeks. It's just, let me check that. 23rd, 30th. No, it's going to be 3. 23rd, 30th, and oh no, those are Fridays. 22nd, 29th, and 5th are going to all be pre-recorded because we're going down to Italy to see my partner's family, and my mom and stepdad are coming too. So so those won't be live, but then we'll be back to the lives thereafter. I'll just stop the recording.